Hello there. Welcome to Jedi and the Mailman, the show where two old friends aim to deliver the best Star Wars talk in the galaxy. I'm Mike the Mailman. That's Jimmy the Jedi. And joining us once again is Tiara from Crafting on Ilum. Tiara,
Hello.
thank you for classing up the joint here.
Yeah, of course. Anytime.
Before we get into our topic today, obviously we're looking at Revenge of the Sith, but let's cover a few other bases here. So, Jimmy, today you guys released the latest episode of Explore the Force that everybody should check out. It's another one of these fantastic episodes where you guys recap your favorite moments. I love those episodes because it just brings back nostalgia. You think back to those scenes and whatnot. But you guys are talking about famous deaths in Star Wars. Kind of a downer topic, but you know what? I was listening to Force Center today, which is no secret. We try to model ourselves after that. We're not trying to be Force Center, but it's the standard that we want to live up to.
Absolutely.
And the very last thing they covered today, lately they've been on their news episodes at the end because there isn't a whole lot of news to discuss. They've been going to questions. And the last question that they covered today was, what's your most memorable death in Star Wars?
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah. So
All
we're
right.
on the same wavelengths.
Hey, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah.
So we got Skywalker Ryan says, Happy Tuesday. How is everyone? How is everyone?
Tired.
Tired.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. I didn't have to work today. I did have to go to the
Mike
dentist.
is awake and live.
Yes. Emotionally, we'll get into it. We'll get into how I am. Stevie Boy's here. Stevie. Skywalker says, Hi, Tiara.
Hello.
So, all right. Yeah, it was a weird topic. I'm not sure. Like, we were kind of concerned about, like, do you get flagged when you use the word, like, death? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because you know how, like, YouTube, like, finds certain words and, you know, and I don't know. It was an interesting, we had Pastor Lito on, right? So, someone who has, like, much more experience in dealing with stuff. And it was cool because none of us, we didn't all have the same things, and we were all different for different reasons. And you know, we had legacy characters. I got like minor characters from books, and there you go. So it was a fun topic. You should check it out. It's not like a morbid, like sad conversation. It's a fun conversation about why they impacted us, and you know, kind of unpack that a little bit. So it was fun. And Pastor Alito is always a blast. That guy knows his Star Wars. And brings a lot to the show. We love having him on. But yeah, so I had to go back to work tomorrow.
Poor boy.
Boo. This summer has gone by so fast. We got a lot done.
Yeah.
I just found out what my room number is today. So I'm going to go in there and get that taken care of. And then actual meetings start on Thursday. And then we go for like a week and a half. And then we come back and we have kids. My life is over.
Oh, I thought that you were like starting school tomorrow and you were just gonna set up your classroom.
Oh,
and I was like, that's insane.
That would be no.
Yeah.
Just sit quietly, children. I got work to do.
Yeah, but like,
for
me, for the last 15 years, I've had my classroom. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like not knowing and then not being able to go in. And our school had some massive turnover. I don't really want to get into all that. It's a good thing for the school and the kids. So things are, you know, my classroom for a new teacher is not really an important detail. You know, I get it. Like, I understand that. But for me, someone who's been doing this for 15 years, and I know my learning management system, I know my grading system, I know all these things, that I was in charge of all that stuff. So I'm kind of getting like a little panicky, like first day of school panic. I'm hoping to work that out over the next week or so. But I'm just like, I mean,
you've had a full summer, have you not? Like,
oh my gosh, we have done
this year.
So much. Just last week, what was it? I think we saw Superman. I saw it for the second time with my sister because she came out here. We went up to Kansas City, Lawrence area, and we went to Mumford & Sons, which it was raining and stuff like that. It was so cool. Because, you know, it's like a hippie kind of hipster music and stuff like that. So we had all these people just, I mean, it was like something like out of Woodstock, people dancing in the rain and having a blast. It was pretty cool. I'm not a huge Mumford & Sons fan. Like, I like a lot of their music, but the rain actually, like, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, it was a pretty cool environment. People just dancing and having fun, just not giving a hoot. And you could smell something funky in there. I'm not sure what that smell is, but there was a lot of that smell going around.
Sweat?
Yeah, sweat. That's it. Sweat. And then Ted Lasso crew showed up because my sister and I, all of us love Ted Lasso, and we're like, wouldn't it be cool because Mumford and Sons wrote the song and he's a big fan, like friends and stuff, like, wouldn't it be cool because they're filming in Kansas City if they showed up? And right towards the ends they showed up, so that was pretty
Awesome.
exciting. And then we did, what the heck else did we do? We did Boulevard Brewery tour. That was really cool. We did, I got a cool toy store called 1313 Mockingbird Lane. The guy was incredible. And then we went and saw another concert, Old Dominion.
Yeah.
Friday, then Saturday I saw Fantastic. So I mean, I ended it with a bang, traveling, doing all that stuff. So yeah, I can't.
And you still got Rebel ScumCon to come yet?
Yeah,
Did you see their latest commercial? I don't know who the actor is or who wrote it, but man, it's fantastic.
Those two actors are phenomenal. Are they not?
They look a lot. They look similar.
Yeah.
And
it's good stuff.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear that he says "Hello, me." Mm-hmm. So that was pretty fun to do. If you haven't seen it, posted it. I was a little nervous about doing it. I love those videos when people do that. I thought, oh, it'd be so funny. Mm-hmm. So I just knocked that out today.
Your second personality really made an appearance. It was like the 12-year-old personality made an appearance.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Just to do that little video, and people have enjoyed it, laughing at me. So as long as you're laughing at me,
laughing with you.
Yeah, laughing with me. That's
both.
Yeah, it's both. So yeah, that was fun. So I've had a pretty busy, pretty fun, really fulfilling summer. So don't feel sorry for me, folks. Don't feel sorry for me. I know you guys are about to tear up a little bit thinking about me having to go back to work like a commoner, but
yeah,
don't cry for me, Argentina.
We should give a shout out to Charlie. Charlie's having a bit of a rough summer.
Yeah,
with the whole moving thing not going off. I mean, moving always sucks, but it's been delayed for her and troubles with that and some other things going on in her life. So Charlie, we're thinking about you. Hope things improve.
We need Chuck back as soon as possible. So, but yeah. Tiara, what's going on in your life? You said you were tired. Is that from spending the day out in those beautiful Ohio beaches?
No comment at all.
No comments. Oh no.
No, I've just been busy trying to get all my stuff together and making like my cosplays, which I just recently finished, and getting other stuff in line. So yeah.
We have a photo of that. I gotta find that. Folks, you have to go to Crafting on Ilum's Instagram, Tiara's page. That I wanted to talk to you about. That looks so good. I cannot wait to see it in person.
Thank you.
It's gonna be awesome. How long did it take you to make that? Because I know you've been pretty busy with it. Because when you do these cosplays, you're like all in.
Yeah, I get hyper fixated. Yeah,
and she's like, she comes out, her hair's all crazy, and got glue all over the place, and probably got needles through her fingers and all this stuff. Yeah. So how long is that? What's that process like for you? Because this was a tough one because you just did Bix, which is incredible, and then you stepped it up with Shmi.
Yeah.
Where did you? I guess first I need to ask you, where did the motivation or what caused you to want to make that? Because that's a kind of not a weird character. That's not what I mean. You know what I mean? It's not something
it's not mainstream.
It's unusual.
I've never seen anyone cosplay Shmi before. So what's up? What talk to us about that, and then talk to us about your the process.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like to do characters that are not that well known. Like, I mean, you may know of them, but like they're not mainstream. They're not something that people cosplay. Like you go to a convention, you're like, "Oh yeah, there's another Ahsoka Tano." Not that there's anything wrong with like Ahsoka Tano cosplaying, but like we cosplay characters that have meaning to us, and Shmi's always kind of been that character to me. I've been wanting to do the cosplay for a while, so like I just was like, you know what, this is gonna be the next one, and took me a couple of months to find the fabric that I needed, because her top tunic is kind of unique. It wasn't like fishnetting, but also it wasn't like, I don't know, it felt like furniture fabric at first, but it was a whole rabbit hole of a journey. So in total, it took me about a month and a half to finish.
I thought it was gonna be much longer because it looks so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You do get
No,
focused.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
locked.
I do.
Awesome.
I was dyeing fabric for, like, 3 weeks on and off, not, like, every single day, but just on and off, and then I took a break, like, a week, and I was just so exhausted from dyeing fabric, and then I actually started making the actual cosplay.
Alright, very cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, so you gotta go check it out. Go to our Instagram page. I don't know if it's pinned or not, but it's pretty amazing. So, all right, so amazing. George Lucas made his first appearance ever.
Yes.
Yes, that was. It was funny. We talked about in the show, like we were like, oh, there's not gonna be much Star Wars at San Diego Comic Con, and technically it's not Star Wars, it's George Lucas, but there was a lot there. And then the first time in 50 years of he's ever been there, and he had like one of the record-setting
Yeah.
crowds.
Set a record for Sunday crowds. Yeah. Like Sunday's typically, the go home day. It's not where you put your marquee events, but yeah, George just crushed it. Set a record over 6,000 people in Hall H. So yeah.
Very cool. I have not watched it. You guys watched it? Have you guys seen the?
Just
No.
clips of
Yeah,
it.
I went to watch San Diego Comic Con's part, and they blacked out the little video they had, like the sneak preview of it. I'm like, my man, it should be for
Gotta
everybody.
keep that for the people that attended.
I get it. I wish Anaheim remembered that, but whatever. We'll move on. We're here. Mike, you said you had the day off.
I did, yes.
You anything productive? Or you just chilling?
I went to the dentist. I went to the doctor.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
neither of those are fun. But it was 90 some degrees today, so anything to be out of the street is good. I got another day. Another day of this heat wave, and then the weather's supposed to break. But yeah, tomorrow's not going to be fun. But
you got to stop working those streets, Mike, especially in this heat.
Yeah, well, man's got to make a living.
St. Clips haven't fully watched the interview. Yeah, it's only like 40 minutes long, so
yeah.
I'm really I don't know. I don't know if I said it, but like Queen Latifah and George Lucas are like good friends. Now you think about like
so odd.
That's what I said. Like, and it's not like racing. It's just like she's like rap and R&B music, and you just think she'd be over here in this group going, and then he's over here doing Star Wars and nerdy stuff, and then somehow they collided and they're like family friends and stuff. So I want to hear that story someday. But all right, here we go, folks. We're looking at. Let me look at my notes. I mean, I know what we're here for. But we are going to talk about Revenge of the Sith. Dun, dun, dun. I'm out. I'm getting ahead of myself. Sorry. I'm like real wound up today. I don't know what's wrong. What problem is. I think I know what my problem is. I had this giant soda before we got on, and I'm like,
yeah.
Shut up. So, Tiara, we missed you last week. Jack filled in. He's a little taller than you, so it threw us off. But we talked about Attack of the Clones. Mike and I had this almost religious experience in our view changing of this show. Can you talk to everybody out there? Just give us a quick synopsis of why. I know it's one of your favorite. You said off the air it was like a comfort movie for you. So can you just kind of dive into that for a few minutes, and then we'll jump into today's topic?
Yeah. So, I watch the prequels the most often, or rewatch it. So Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones are my comfort movies, and I know it's cringy, but I like the chase scenes. I like the Battle of Geonosis. I like the little romance on Naboo between Anakin and Padme. I think it's cute. I think it's fun. Yes, it's cringy, but it was my childhood. Okay, so it's ingrained with me. But yeah, I mean, I enjoyed watching it as a kid. I was really young. I was like, 5, 4, 6, so it's fine to me.
Nice. Very cool. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Mike and I have a new appreciation for it, I think. So I think that's what we came out with. So we're here to talk about Revenge of the Sith. It cost $113 million to make. So it's actually cheaper than the first two by $2 million. It grossed $849 million. It was released in 115 countries. It got second that year in 2005 to Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And it earned $16.9 million from almost 3,000 midnight screenings in North America. I was at one of those, 1205, I believe. So at State College at Penn State, was there when that came out. So, so we're here to talk about that. Tiara, you're probably like 2 when this came out, so you're gonna have some hard memories, But so Tiara, since you're our guest, do you remember the first time you saw Revenge of the Sith? And I'm curious too, and this is one of the reasons I wanted you on here. Well, we love you, and we always want you on here. But did you see these movies before you saw the original trilogy?
No.
Okay, I was wondering if you had like things spoiled for you, like like when Empire happens, you're like, oh yeah, duh. So, what was
No.
your first reaction or first memory of Revenge of the Sith?
I saw it in the movie theater. My dad took me and my brother and my grandma to go watch it. I think he took me out of school. I don't remember the
Yeah,
exact timeline, but I was like
good
6 or
parent.
7, and it was epic. Like, I don't think I've ever had a movie theater experience like I did at like 6 or 7. It was amazing. I took my Darth Vader Slurpee like 7-Eleven cup with me. So yeah, it was a religious experience for me as a kid.
Very cool, Mike. What about you? You were not 6 or
This
7.
no, a little bit older than that.
27, 26 or
Maybe
27.
something like that. I'd have to do the math, and I'm not real good at math on the fly.
No.
But this, like I said last week, I don't remember. I mean, I have some memory of the Phantom Menace. I don't have any memory. I know I went to the theater and saw Attack of the Clones. I know I went to the theater and saw this, but I really don't have a memory of when. So there's nothing, wasn't didn't leave a mark. But this was, I mean, of the 3 prequel movies, this had always been my favorite. I mean, it wrapped up the story. It had the most action and whatnot. It was, you know, the newest of them or whatever, for whatever reason, it resonated with me the most of the prequels. But I don't have a memory of, going to see it at a midnight screening like you.
All right. That's fair. Steve says best film, second to it is Rogue One. Wait, Rogue One is number 1. Second to it. So which one is it, Steve? Which one's your favorite?
I think he's saying this is the.
Oh, that's his favorite. Okay, sorry, I don't English good. Any Padme romance is top tier for me. All right, Toy Bills. And thanks for the subscribe. Appreciate that. Just subscribe to our channel. We always appreciate that. But yeah, so you like the romance?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into it again.
It's the yearning, okay? It's the looks. Take away the dialogue. Just pay attention to how they're looking at each other. It's nice. It's romantic.
I kind of feel like Padme said that. I mean, she's a cougar after all. So she kind of set that boy up. I mean, she comes strolling down in that black dress,
It was for herself to give herself the courage to be like, no, this is not happening. He's like, I don't buy it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm confused here. So she dressed very beautifully, very elegant.
To give herself self-confidence to be able to be like, no.
How'd that work out for her?
Part of my brain, that's how I
How'd that work out for her?
I mean, obviously not great, but I mean, an attempt was made.
Okay, we'll give her credit for that. Good try, Padme. Yeah, for me, like I said, midnight showing. I think 12:05. The theater at Penn State College area, they had it going. That's the only movie that was playing for like the whole weekend. When it came out, and every like 2 or 3 minutes, another one was going off, and they had it set up so like it would reset, and you could go back and watch it again. I think I went and watched it again the next day. It would have been the same day technically, but it was pretty cool. I liked it. I don't remember being like, oh, that was terrible, or hey, what a great ending, because we thought that was it. I mean, for us, that was the last Star Wars movie. Like, we weren't getting anything else, we didn't think. And we had no idea that, a few years later, we'd be getting all the stuff that we get now. Thank goodness we are, right? I mean, I know not everyone loves it all, but so good memories there. Definitely. Steve says it's really hard to say which one is my most favorite. Well, I love them both, but after season 2 of Andor, it gives a completely different feel to Rogue One. It does. Does it make it better or worse for you? Because Rogue One seems weird to me now, because I feel like it's Andor's story, and then Rogue One is Jin's story, and it throws me off watching Andor not take the lead. But that's just my personal. I mean, I love Jyn Erso, don't get me wrong. It's not a thing. But let me look at my questions here real quick so we can stay consistent. Members coming out. Favorite characters? Are there any new characters, or who resonates with you the most from this this movie? Were there any really new characters introduced in this one though?
Grievous.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Might get to meet him at Rebel ScumCon.
Yeah.
Trying to make a list of what I'm going to do. So some prequel actors there. We got Watto. We got Grievous. Maybe get some Funko signed. Who knows? So what do you think, Tiara? Who's the most impactful character for you, or favorite new character? What coming out of this at 6 or 7 or now?
I mean, I always liked Anakin. I liked his story. It was tragic, but he's my favorite character growing up. So yeah.
All right. Did you? I guess I want to ask you too. Then, did you buy the? You're only 6, 6 or 7. Stop. It's not a knock on you, but I'm saying, like, when you see it now, I'm going to jump ahead for a little bit with you. When you see it now and you take out all the Clone Wars, do you buy the fall? Do you think there was enough in the film for the fall to happen?
I do think that it was slow. Like, I think that there was a lot of slow moments where they could have added some plot or like extra complexity. But I think it's good enough.
Yeah.
But I definitely think there's some slow parts where I'm just like, there could have been other stuff to add to the tragedy and give him more motive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost.
I
Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
I think good enough is a really good statement there. I think part of the problem I have with the whole prequels is the original trilogy already exists. So as a writer, for me anyways, when I used to write, I don't have time anymore, so I don't get to express myself in the way that I used
Mike
to when I
has
was younger.
stacks.
But
But
and
books
like
he's
I
written.
don't have, I'm not a published author or anything. I've never produced a screenplay or anything like that. But I know when I wrote, my writing always, I'd have a rough outline of where I want to go, right? But the writing just led unto itself. And when you're making a prequel, you already have an established ending that you need to get to. I don't know that you can let the writing guide you the way that you would without having a destination to get to. And I think these movies suffer in that way some because you can't let story develop. Like it didn't feel natural. There were so many opportunities where it was like, okay, this statement has to be made because it leads down the line, and this statement has to be made. It's almost connecting the dots, or paint by number sort of thing, where it didn't have that natural feel, a natural flow of the way some storytellers can craft something like that. And I don't know, I was thinking about this today. Are there many prequels that, I mean, there aren't a whole lot of prequels anyways, but are there many prequels that are better than the original or tell a better story? I don't know. There's so few out there that it's,
Yeah, I'm trying to think of.
yeah, I'm hard pressed to think of anything else. I mean, there's nothing as epic as Star Wars. You know what I mean? For the way that this was laid out. I mean, there's no other franchise that had a middle, then we go back into the beginning, and then we do the future. Like nobody else has done anything like that. But I just feel like we talk about the stilted dialogue and stuff like that. And yeah, you could put yourself in the framework of a goofy young guy trying to make with an older woman and all these sort of things and kind of make it okay. And then you've got the additional storytelling of the Clone Wars series and stuff like that that kind of fills in the blanks and expands it all a little bit more and fills in the story for you. But as far as like if you just take the prequels by themselves, the storytelling, I don't know, there's a lot of points where it just feels like, okay, we have to get here and we have to get here and we have to get here. It's not as natural as I would like to see it.
I know, yeah, because you sit there and you think about, and I kind of had the same idea. Like, I like this movie. Like, it's, I mean, I enjoy watching it, but I was, when we sit there and we start getting like critical of it, like we look for things or like, and then of course you get Tony Gilroy, but he gets 24 episodes, and then he gets 4 movies to build that gap that bridge.
Mhm.
I almost think that they could have used another movie. I mean, I know they wanted a trilogy, but I feel like there should have been another movie thrown in there.
Yeah.
Just to
Hey,
give
the
us more,
Clone Wars series
like,
should have been is that other movie basically.
well, he had so many ideas. There's so many stories. You talk to the actress, it was Aura Singh. She had a whole thing that was supposed to have happened. They had to cut that. The
Yeah.
Clone Wars was supposed to be in it. Like, I think George overestimated how much he could fit in whatever, 2 hours and 15, 2 hours and 30.
I
Yeah.
hate that they cut the start of the rebellion, like Padme starting that, because I might be jumping ahead, but I hate
Oh,
that she was kind of like sidebarred. Like I just felt like
Yes.
she just felt useless, like
Hmm.
weak, or like 'cause she's strong. She was a senator.
Hmm.
Like we see her in Attack of the Clones, and she's awesome. And then we
Yeah.
see her in Revenge of the Sith, and she's kind of like docile, and I hated that a little bit.
Yeah.
To see her put on the back burner.
do you
Yeah.
think
I'm
that's
100% with you there.
the rumors about her and George Lucas not getting along are true, and that's maybe what happened? I mean, that would stink if he sacrificed his story for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have.
I've heard those rumors, but I don't know if
Mhm.
there's any truth to it. That she was supposed to have all those parts and these things, that she was supposed to be more pivotal, but he was like mad at her or something, or they weren't getting along, or I don't even
I have
know.
a hard time feeling. I mean, and like I said, I don't know these people, so I don't know what exactly is going on between them. But I have a hard time believing that you would sacrifice such an epic story just over a petty misunderstanding or argument or disagreement, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's certainly there. Like it really is. Like you're saying, Tiara, you go from the Padme in Attack of the Clones, where, especially like in the
Oh,
arena scene,
boss.
she's the boss, dude,
Yeah.
taking control. Like she doesn't need the Jedi to save her. She's on it. And then you get to this movie where she is a side character. She's just in the
Yeah.
background. And her death is just so disappointing. Like she's a fighter, especially when we look at all the storytelling we have now through the Clone Wars and whatnot. You have all this expanse shows what a BA she is, And then in the end, because she lost her love, she just gives up life. She has two children to live for, and
I
she
mean,
just gives up.
the
I have a
time,
hard
like,
time
there wasn't,
seeing
like,
that.
theories and stuff, but, like, my headcanon I have the popular headcanon that, like, Sidious used, like, Anakin in that
Yeah,
moment and, like, killed her, or, like,
yeah,
to drain her energy, so that makes it a little easier for me, but also, there is, like, actual circumstances where that has happened to people, like, people can be, like, the strongest, bestest person ever, but,
no, yeah,
heartbreak is an actual thing, so she
no.
endured a
That's
lot too, like, taking into consideration everything that's happened to her and within the galaxy, it's a lot too, so it's
yeah,
it's a it's a it's both, I
Oh
think.
yeah,
yeah,
we're gonna
no,
dive
yeah,
into that for sure.
yeah.
I definitely wanted to talk about that a little bit more. Do we have favorite scenes? What stands out to you the most from this? Like when you think about Revenge of the Sith, what's the first scene that or action sequence or you know uh, dialogue that pops into your head?
Go ahead, Tiara.
Um, well, the opening scene is, like that was mesmerizing seeing that movie theater, and it's still
Yeah,
very much a favorite part for me. I like the banter between Obi-Wan and Anakin in the beginning, and then obviously we get introduced to General Grievous, and then there's the whole Count Dooku beheading. So
mhm,
just like that whole beginning is definitely a favorite for me.
That's a solid opening.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's one too. Like I just watched it. Of course, we all just watched it. I think, but yeah, that you want to be in the theater for that. Like that opening
Yeah.
is just so epic, and when they crash land in that hangar and just go flipping out and just taking out battle droids, just so epic, so epic.
R2D2 in that
Hmm.
sequence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I love it, man. Like that's like everything
Hmm.
that little dude would be able to do, and he just takes care of business like he always does,
Yeah.
and he doesn't
Yeah.
think about all the movie. I wish he had a little bit more airtime in the sequels, but he gets it done. And he tugs on Luke and swears at him apparently, but that little guy tears it up in there, always saving the day. So I really love that. And then weirdly enough, I don't know why. Like I love the. I think we all love the 45-minute lightsaber battle at the end. But
Hmm.
Padme and Anakin like her standing up to him and is like, yeah, I'm not doing this kind of thing. That was pretty powerful when you watch it. You know, you go through breakups and stuff, and to be like we said, like Tiara, you kind of said, like you got to be that strong to be like, yeah, you know, I don't have an idea what it would be like to be carrying someone's kid and be like, yeah, I'm out. You know, so I thought the acting in that part was really, really good. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, you know, like, oh, here we go. Yeah, so that one's good. I really like those. Steve says Palpatine and Anakin
Mhm.
the Opera. Yeah, and he kind of
Mhm.
gives him just says, hey man, Darth Plagueis. That's oh gosh, I wish they would make that book canon as soon as
Yeah.
possible. But, are there any scenes that you're like, ugh, like cringe or
Well,
maybe?
there's one more before we go into cringy
Oh
scenes. There's
yeah,
one
sure.
more. Like this, the line from Padme is they're sitting in the Senate, and Palpatine's making his proclamations, and she gives a line. So this is how liberty dies, with thunderous applause. Like it doesn't resonate for me then, but
It does
living now
now.
today, it's like wow, like George, that is like everything else. Some terrible dialogue, but that one line right there, like to have the vision to put that out there, like
It's
it's
solid.
just that's such a powerful line.
Star Wars isn't political, Mike.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a really good line. That's a good shout too. That line pretty powerful. You know, we got her and Bale there together, and yeah, I mean, I think it hits a little closer to home these days,
Mm.
depending on where you fall. But
Did you guys watch it in theater when it was re-released
mhm.
this past couple
No.
months, whenever it
When was
happened?
that? That Molly and I were trying to figure that out today. We're like, she's like, didn't we just watch this? I'm like, I feel like we
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
I don't remember when.
Hearing
I
Padme
want to say,
say that line on the big screen, given current day, was like, whew,
yeah,
this
I'm
is
sure.
definitely gave me chills.
You know, and George was super political and super, you know, in the know, knew what was going on, and he
Mhm.
was
Hmm.
speaking out against tyranny and all those things. So good for him.
Yeah.
Padme has so much going on. She's trying to fight for democracy while carrying the children of an evil person. It's a lot in her physical and mental health. Yeah, I mean, I think she just cracked, man. Like, absolutely. Just, I
Yeah.
mean, how do you take that much stress?
Yep.
I mean, she's got
Think
that
about the
going
amount
on.
of stress that you deal with, and it, like, basically breaks you.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm about broken for having to go back to work tomorrow, so I get it. I've been like this. Defending democracy, having twins, going back to work. It's roughly the same. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
It
that's a
all
good. That's a really
equates.
good point. Carrie Fisher's mother passed away after Carrie's passing. She passed away because it was too much for her heart. You know, I had
Mm.
grandparents that one passed away
Yeah.
on a Monday, and then the other one passed away on the Thursday. They were both sick, and
Mhm.
they just both kind of let go because they knew each one was going. So I mean, maybe it
Yeah.
is a real thing.
It
Well,
happens.
I mean, you
Yeah.
certainly do hear that an awful lot with couples that have been together for 50 years. You know, you're in your 80s, and one you lose like it's been your other side for half of your life or more. You know what I mean?
Oh
That
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we'll get to that though. We are going to talk about that because I want to talk theories and all that
yeah.
good stuff a little bit. Like I said, are there any scenes then that are kind of like, "Hey, boy, I wish they hadn't done that," or maybe they could have done this instead, or you know, Monday morning quarterback. It's easy for us to talk about it. I couldn't write a movie that would be any good, so I'm not knocking George. You know, what I mean, like, you know, not. I mean, is there a perfect movie out there? I don't know. So, what do you guys think? Is there anything that's kind of like, whoa?
I don't know. I was thinking about sending Yoda to Kashyyyk. Did that really move the story in any way? I mean, I thought it was great to incorporate the Wookiees and have the battle scenes on Kashyyyk and whatnot. But was there any reason for Yoda like really to go to Kashyyyk other than we got to get the Wookiees involved in some way? I know it's not like that's not a cringy scene for me or not a cringy part of the movie at all. But it's just like, does it really was it
Is that
necessary?
to
Maybe
get
they
him
could have
out of?
taken that out and
They need to get him out of the way, though. I think, right? Like they needed
yeah,
to get him out of the
right. He
temple.
needed to be
So
out of the
I don't know.
temple,
That's how
but
I look at it, I guess. But
yeah.
I see what your point is. It just allows him to come back. What were
Hmm.
you going to say?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, okay. I thought you hit your thing with
Nothing
your
is cringy to
mic.
her. It was all
Nothing is
perfect.
cringy. She loves it.
It's not perfect. I just
There's no scene
understand.
that makes you go
I
like,
just understand. I'm thinking, but I mean, like, things are
I'm
cringy.
happy
Like,
for
things
you. I'm
between
glad.
Anakin and Padme can be cringy, like, yes, but also I'm here for it. So, like, I don't know.
All right. No, that's fair. Like I'm glad that you love it this much. Like that's
I,
awesome.
yeah, I guess one if we're talking about Padme and Anakin. So
Like, the
when
balcony is a little cringy, but,
yeah,
like, they're in love, okay?
well, when Anakin comes back and confesses, he killed all those kids, and she like it finally dawns on her that oh he's an evil guy. Like it's I don't want to get political again here, but in our current climate here, you have these people that just found out that Trump has some association with Epstein, and now he's kind of cringy. Where I mean, he's been cringy all along. And I don't want to equate Anakin with Trump. That's just
Please,
rude.
yeah, don't do that.
But
Anakin
Anakin's been. I mean,
Anakin
he's killed
was
children before. This isn't revelatory to any of us.
how
It's that kind of
yeah, my thing, and I've always loved the love story. Like I get it. Like I've always been like people do crazy things
yeah.
for the people that they love. I
Yep,
mean,
for
I've done
sure.
so many dumb things when I was a kid. I would do something dumb now if I had to, for my, what I mean, like I
Hmm.
would, would react probably. I get real grumpy. So I get a lot of the stuff and you let things slide and all that. But I mean, there's at some point where, we talked about this last week with Attack of the Clones. Like, yeah, I killed everybody. I killed the animals. I killed the women. I killed the children. It's like, I
Yeah,
mean, come on. I know he's dreamy, right? But
but
so that bothers me a little bit because I mean, she's a dad in love, I guess. I
I
don't,
guess.
I, I don't know. She just seems like a smarter, more capable person to me than to
Mm,
put up with that nonsense, I guess. But
yeah, those things just
yeah,
don't square with
she
me.
wants to see the best in him, I guess. I mean, is that where we're at? Like, I mean, we all typically want to see the best in people, and we let things slide and whatever. But
Yeah, but how many dead children can you let slide? Like that's.
how
I
many
mean,
dead
that's.
children does it
We
take?
talked about redeemable characters before, and like the child murder is why Anakin is not redeemable for me. Like
Yeah,
even when
you
we
did
get
say that.
to the original trilogy, when Luke forgives Vader, like I can't like
He didn't see him do it though. We
Vader's
did.
a monster. I know, but and you got the father son thing that it's
Yeah.
plays in there and whatnot. But when you know it, when evil and it's in a way it was necessary, I suppose, to make Darth Vader or make Anakin and make him this
Make him
evil,
fall.
evil character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, if you just like absent everything and you just look at the Vader character, he's kind of goofy, right? Kind of a
Oh yeah.
weird. But when you put that menace behind it and you know that he kills children, like it's his favorite thing to do, like that, yeah, makes him much more menacing.
All right. No, I mean I get it. I mean, it's a movie, and we got these things, but like I don't think you get away with that today. Like if you let, I don't know, sorry, you can tell, you can feel, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but if you filmed a movie like that and the woman or the person, no, it can, whatever, in their relationship, I don't want to pin it just on Padme, like, oh, it's because whatever. Like you have two partners. I don't care what it looks like, and one of them does something terrible, like that movie would get destroyed for that other person, doing what Padme did, like
Mm,
giving up. I think, you know what I mean. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it would fly today with
yeah,
the world we live in to like
yeah.
to excuse somebody from that.
Mm.
I don't know.
And
Maybe
you're
I
right.
missed a movie that I
No,
that
you're right too. And let's. You're right. We shouldn't keep piling on Padme
yeah. I
because
don't want
it
to pile
wasn't
on
just
her.
her.
I
Like
want
how
I
many?
like to focus it on just like on a relationship because you
Yeah,
know I think
but
I
how
don't
many
think
mentors did Anakin have within the Jedi Order? How many people were?
yeah.
Everybody could see the problems and nobody does anything. Which I know. I mean, it's a story. It's got to lead to where it's going. But yeah, it's not all Padme's fault.
Sarah, what do you think? Can you get away with that kind of storytelling now? Do you think it would get a lot of pushback in like media and stuff like that? Like, oh, toxic, because it's like the toxic relationship they talked about with Kylo and Ray, right? I mean, think
Yeah.
about that. And he didn't really do anything bad as far as like what Darth Vader did. And think
Well,
about
I
the
mean, it kind of happened with the Acolyte, like, people were like, that was it's like I forget what twin name it was that ended up becoming, like, his partner, but, like, it was
Ocean, right?
weird, to yeah, maybe it was OSHA. It was weird for them to have, like, any kind of, like, chemistry because, like, obviously he's bad and has done bad things, like, we know that from an audience perspective, and, like, they
Mhm.
have this, like, romance developing, and I mean, that was weird. That can be deemed as toxic, and that got, a bit of flack. So, I mean, yes, I think you have to do those things in a particular way, like because there's 2 sides to it. It's also like you wanna look for the best in your partner, and sometimes when you are in love or infatuated with someone, you, like, play a blind eye to, like, anything negative or bad that they're doing. So, I mean, that
good
can
point.
also play a role. So if they focused on that as a focal point, I don't think it would be good in today's day and age.
Okay. No, I that's a good point. That's a really good point. Like sometimes you just don't see it. Uh, all right. So let's talk about Order 66.
Mhm.
How do we I every time that music starts to play, there's like two movies that freak me out a little bit with the music and the events, right? And this is very different movies. Order 66 with the music, everyone starts getting taken out, and I get like waves of emotion. Like I'm like, oh, like I just and we see it play out, and then this is gonna be really weird. In the first Ghostbusters movie, when they break the thing and all the ghosts come out and that weird creepy music plays,
Uh-huh.
that always freaked me out too. And I get like the same weird like it's like I know
That is
it's really weird.
strange.
That is a
This
very
don't
strange
seem to
combo.
be
Nothing in common, but it's same kind of like sadness and like,
Yeah.
oh no, like what's
That's
happening? And I just
it
Order
it is
66
amazing.
blows my mind.
Yeah, it is amazing what music can make you feel though. Like,
Oh gosh,
w
yeah. The
since
music
the
in
music is nothing,
Ghostbusters
like
is really creepy, and then of course in this one it's really like it's kind of
mhm,
powerful, and
yeah,
you know what's about to happen. So
yeah. Yeah, Order 66, it is just so tragic. That's one of the best storytelling elements, I think, in this movie. Like, it really does like, there's a lot of things that just don't get through to me, like, there I like a movie that affects me emotionally, and there's a lot of things in these movies that they just don't. It just doesn't hit. Like it's like I said, just kind of walking down the line, checking the boxes, getting us to where we need to go. But that is one, especially after seeing the Clone Wars and whatnot, the series, just because the relationship that the clones have with the Jedi. And they've been fighting side by side for years, and the relationships that develop and whatnot. And for in just that second, for them to turn, like that is, just put yourself in those Jedi's footsteps. You know what I mean? Like these clones that you've relied on, you've trusted for years now. All of a sudden, you would never expect it, and all of a sudden, that's it. That's a very powerful part of the movie for sure.
oh yeah. Tiara, when you were a little kid at 6 or 7, were you like I mean, how was that for you as a little kid? Because we're Mike and I are both adults, so we I mean, like, but that's pretty. I mean, we always say these movies are for kids, so you see all these Jedi Knights and Masters getting taken out. Do you remember? Like, I mean, did you cry? Were you upset?
I mean, I definitely felt sad. I was just the music specifically, the tragedy unfolding at hand was pretty powerful. The scene that starts me, like, in the emotional feels is when Anakin is in the Jedi Temple and Padme is in, like, their apartment, and they're
Oh
both looking out the window.
Yeah,
The music that is playing in there is, like, what sets the tone for everything that snowballs after. So I definitely remember seeing that scene and feeling, like, kinda, like, gut-wrenched because I understood, like, yeah, things were going downhill, from here.
yeah. Any difference now that you're older, like and you've had more time with these characters and stuff like that?
I like to, like, look at the different theories. So, I think I was talking with my friend Carl at the Wampus Lair, and he was talking a couple months ago about Palpatine, like, putting the thoughts in his head to, like, go and confront Mace Windu and all of them, or, like, to try and help him because we never hear Palpatine tell Anakin those words, so it's not like memories that are playing in his head, so it's something new, which I had never thought about it like that. And also, I also have read things like Padme is a little bit force sensitive, so she could like feel the
Mhm.
conflict or like heartbreak going through Anakin. So I like when I rewatched it in the movie theater because I did go and see it again. Like that's what kind of I thought about when I was watching it, and I was like, oh, this hits even like harder than it did.
Yeah, that music, I mean, John Williams, right? I mean, just he crushes it with that
Master.
music and just you're right though, that scene when they're, like, both looking out and she can see the Jedi temple and he's looking it's the things you'll do for love, I guess. But, yeah, I don't know. That's that scene and then getting to see it play out more and more, with different stuff like in The Mandalorian and things like that. And Kenobi too. He says Skywalking Ryan says the scene with Padme in the apartment, Anakin in the temple has no dialogue, just a score. It's emotionally powerful. Yeah, it really is.
Mhm.
Just kind
Yeah.
of, and I think Anakin like crying at that. Was he crying at that point? Or is that not until he gets to Mustafar?
I think he is, yeah. I think he has, like, teary eyes, not, like,
Yeah,
actually crying yet, but
score from John Williams is so emotional and powerful. Yeah, it's
Mhm.
probably some of his best work. Like he just has these epic. I mean, think about the music in this movie alone, right? And we're
Yeah.
not even talking about the music at the end yet when, the duel. So just crazy how good. Yeah, I mean, John probably pulled all the stops like, oh, this is my last Star Wars movie. I'm good to go. I've been waiting for this. So
I cannot imagine being that good at what I do. You know what I mean? Like I take pride in everything that I do, but just to be that good, like especially in music where I don't have like
oh, I don't
I
even
don't
understand.
you know what I mean? Like I can play a little bit and I listen to music and enjoy music, but not to that. Like that's just amazing. Like it's just otherworldly. It's magic. It's magic.
Yeah. I mean, we talked to the guy from the Oklahoma City Philharmonic. He said there's not very many people in the world, if a handful that can do what he does.
Yeah.
Just the way he
Yeah.
does it still.
And it's so
So,
like when you think about it too, it's not like a singer songwriter that sits down and writes a song. Like you have to envision all these instruments and getting this whole orchestra to play together and the right evoke the right emotion from the right. It's so much. Like it's mind boggling how you can manage that.
yeah.
Like I
No,
said,
I get
just
it. I mean,
magic.
I don't understand it. I mean,
Yeah, he's a magician.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. You ever watch that documentary on Disney Plus, music by
No,
John Williams? You should check it out.
no, I
Like,
should.
it's
Yeah,
impressive.
he's
Um,
so cute. He's so nice and, like, down to earth despite all his successes.
yeah, it's
yeah,
nuts. Like, he's just like they all call him Johnny. Like I'm
yeah.
like I want to call
Yeah.
John Williams Johnny. Johnny, how you doing, buddy? Just to
It's
be
so
that type.
refreshing too when somebody is that epic and so excellent at what they do to be to be so down to earth and just normal, not to
Yeah,
let it go to your head and be just complete. You know,
yeah.
don't want to curse on here.
I know, and I appreciate it. All right. So we move on. Order 66 happens. We go to Mustafar, and then we have the lightsaber battle that we've been waiting for. We knew was coming. The Battle of the Heroes. Uh, how do we feel about that? Is that your favorite lightsaber battle? I mean, just and I think it's pretty impressive for the way they did it, and the CGI too. Like I can't forget about that. Like Ewan McGregor and Christian Hayden's, they're just climbing on a bunch of green stuff. They have no
Mhm.
idea what anything looks like. How they don't even have the previs stuff they have now, where they can put on the glasses and can see what's going on.
Yeah.
But they're just winging it. I
Mhm.
mean, they do awesome. How do we feel about that final lightsaber battle? This was supposed to be the last time those two would ever face off until they got to the Death Star, and of course,
Yeah.
we pushed some stuff in there, which I thought that battle was pretty epic too. But how do you guys feel about this lightsaber battle? And is it your number one or is it in top five? What do you think?
It
Go
was my
Tiara.
top for a while, and then so Phantom Menace wasn't actually a comfort movie for like as a kid, but like as I got older it was. So Duel of Fates and Battle of the Heroes kind of alternate, but for the longest time it was my favorite. More so probably because I saw it in the movie theaters, so I saw it with all of like the sounds and visuals that a theater can offer. So yeah, it was definitely my favorite for a really long time.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, you're tempted to say why a lava planet? But then I say, why not a lava planet?
Why not,
Because
man?
that was epic. It just
Yeah.
like the visuals are so good. It's kind of like in Rise of Skywalker.
Oh,
Why
that's
in a tidal, like in that ocean, or whatever you want to call that planet? Why there? But why not? It just looks so epic. But despite the epic background, just the battles, like those two, there's so many times they're in almost in a box. You know, they can't fall back because the lava's right there or whatever. They're face to face, and just those the lightsaber moves so fast and so like just the crossing of blades just is just phenomenal. Like I don't know how
And
you
it's
do it
all
so
them,
fast.
like, they're
Yeah, yeah.
training the amount of effort that went into it,
Hmm.
like, and then now, knowing the types of sticks they used and, like, how often they got hurt and stuff, like, I don't know, the discipline to memorize the moves is really cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's
It's just
bonkers to me. You
epic.
see that behind the scenes stuff of them practicing and
Hmm.
just going at it and working
Yep.
hard. And I mean,
Yeah.
we always think acting like, oh, what an easy life. But I mean, those two are grinding, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
staying
Yeah.
physical, how in shape they're staying and how physical they're being and how hard they're practicing to bring
Hmm.
that. And I also want to give
And
credit to George. We knock him sometimes for his storytelling, but that's lightsaber battle is a beautiful story because he just keeps pushing it. Like Mike, just like you said, like he keeps putting them in these situations, and how does he get them out of it? Like there's no way to
hmm.
get out of it, and then they jump to
Yeah.
something else. And I just think it's
Yep.
like a beautiful story in itself.
Hmm.
And then just the difference in the fighting.
It's so emotional. I mean, from from Anakin's point of view, I mean, Hayden just has to act. He just has to bring the rage because that's what his character is experiencing. But Obi-Wan, you and like to get yourself in a headspace of this person that you've trained with, you've lived with, you feel like a brother that's betrayed you, like the emotion just in all those lines. Anakin, you were my brother, and when he has
Yeah,
to, finally take him out, like it's just so powerful. It's just so well acted. Like Ewan McGregor just showing off his mastery in this scene. Not
yeah,
only
that
the
would be.
hard work of dueling, but the hard work, the mental toll, the anguish of bringing those feelings up and conveying them to us. It's just yeah, that's another part where another reason why this was my favorite of the prequels is just that emotion, that raw emotion, and just the way I can feel those feels from Ewan.
Yeah, is this one of your top lightsaber battles? I mean,
I Yeah, it has to rank up there for sure. I mean, I don't think I've ever sat down and ranked my lightsaber battles, but this is definitely up there. Yeah,
all right, maybe I'll make you do that sometime.
maybe someday.
All right. Yeah, this is definitely a top one for me. Um, but yeah, I mean, it still holds up. The CGI is still pretty good. I mean, that's the thing for me is, does it hold up? You sit there and you look
Hmm.
back and like, you look at the original trilogy, and I love them, but like that A20 was it? I can't remember what studio did that remake of Vader and Obi-Wan's fight
Oh
on the
yeah,
Death Star.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, it would be so epic,
If
like
only.
if
Yeah.
only, you know what I mean? But you couldn't do that. What that would
Hmm.
look like now, kind of thing. But yeah, that's a great moment. And then of course we come to the end, and we'll kind of wrap up with this. You know, one of the reasons I don't understand why he doesn't finish him off. I mean, I know, Mike. Basically, you said why he doesn't finish because it is his brother. He loved him. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you're dead. I'm leaving." Right? Huge mistake,
Hmm.
obviously. Um, and then Yoda gets his butt. We haven't really talked about that, but Yoda kind of gets his butt kicked a little bit, and he fails and he gets out of there, and you bring them all back together. Um, this movie ends on a pretty sour note.
Hmm.
Like kind of. I mean, almost Empire. I mean, I know we have the next set of movies that you can jump to, and everything's going to work out. But as far as an ending of a movie,
Yeah.
like this is pretty bleak
Hmm.
for a finale. I don't know. How do you guys
Yeah.
feel about that? And then, of course, Mike, you talked about it earlier. We talked about it a little bit earlier. The whole Padme thing, right? Do you buy into it? Because I kind of want to believe that like Sidious was like draining her life force and giving it to Anakin somehow, like, or she was willingly giving it to him to help
Yeah.
save him or something like that. But I will say this out loud. I probably shouldn't, But I've always been the kind of person, and I've never had kids, so you know how they do that thing where it's like your wife or your kids or your husband or your kid, who you're going to save. Like in my
Hmm.
mind, I was always like, well, I'll save my wife because like I've looked for her forever, and I can, you know what I mean. But I've never had a
Hmm.
kid. I've never
Yeah,
had a kid of my own,
it's
so.
different.
Oh yeah, that's kind of where. But in my mind, not having my own kids, I'm always like, well,
Yeah.
I would save my wife,
Hmm.
whereas like Padme would save her husband. Um, but I also, like I said, I kind of want to play on, Mike. I'm not asking your wife, your kids, Mike, tell the world, but
Honestly, if I answered with my wife would kill me. Like, because she would feel the same way. I mean, honestly, she feels the same way. It's the kids are the most important thing, and I guess that's kind of where my disconnect is with the Padme stuff. It's just my life experience,
yeah,
and I do like that headcanon of, you know, putting it that Sidious is draining her to support Anakin. That makes it feel a lot better for me because most of the women that I've been associated with my life, like they would die for their children, and they're so like their kids mean more than anything to them, and it's hard for me to see someone give up like it's just because of my life experience, just the women that I know, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I
no,
could
that's
totally
fair.
see like I know people like with postpartum depression, that they harm themselves even though they have a child, like, so there's those sort of things, and there's other disconnects, and there's other ways you can look at it too. Like it's not necessarily everybody doesn't fit into one box. It's
No,
just
that's
just your life experience, and that's how you connect with things, and that's that's why just the way that I connect is why it was always so difficult. But
that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up because I mean, you do have those experiences that I don't have. Tiara, what do you think? Like, I mean, where are you at with?
Yeah, so I sent you a post that you can read later. It's a kind of a long post. It's by the creator Isabella Amidala.
All
Um,
right, yeah,
and she makes fantastic points. It's like 4 slides of like paragraphs, so I'm not going to read it. Um, but there are valid reasons for her death, and like and before reading these, like I like to have that headcanon that Palpatine was draining her life force and everything that you guys have talked about. But just taking into account again the trauma that has unfolded for the past couple of
mhm,
years, as a person who has mental health stuff, like I understand like the position that she was in, not from a mom position, but I understand like the tragedy, the devastation, the toll that takes on your body. So
mhm,
as an adult, I don't see it as lazy writing anymore.
yeah.
Um, but I understand like where people come from that point of view.
No,
yeah,
I mean that's what's I like about having, we all have these different life experiences, and that kind of drives it. I'm excited to read that. Mike, I'll forward it to you.
okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I don't know. Like I don't, and again, like I'm not, like I said before, I was this prequel hater for a long time. Then I was like, oh, like that's stupid. Like why not find things that I like and you know
Mhm,
rationalize it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe I just didn't want her to die, and I was pissed that she did. You know what I mean? So I'm angry that Padme died. Um, even though we knew she had to. I mean, like the story kind of
mhm.
drove it that way. So I'm not sure why.
Like
Because
what would be an alternative if she didn't die in that moment? She has to die at some
At
point. So
some
what's
point,
the
mhm.
alternative?
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. Like
yeah,
yeah,
Therefore,
you
no
get
lazy
you're right.
writing.
to
You could,
die.
yeah, no, you're right, because even if she has some role to play, you can't just leave that out there. Like there has to be an ending for her because you're going to want that story. Like what happened
Mhm.
in those couple years or those couple months that Padme had left after this. So you're
Yeah.
right, Tiara. I mean, it had to come to an end there.
Only
Yeah.
thing
I
I'll
mean,
say, and it just popped into my head. So Leia says she has memories of her mother,
Mhm.
right?
mhm,
So technically, those two could have been taken away. Something that's really complicated storytelling. Why does she take Leia and not Luke? You know, kind of
mhm,
thing. Like that would be nuts. So I think this
yeah.
might have been I'll say the easiest way to do it, but like if you try to follow up on Leia's words, and I get it. Like he wrote these in the 80s. This is
Mhm.
2005. Like I'm not mad about that. Like I get it. But you guys are right though. How do you make that story? Like if you're trying to
Yeah.
follow what Leia says, Luke is getting screwed, man. Like, I don't care who you are. That
It just
sucks.
opens up more plot holes that you
Yeah.
have to make
So,
sense, and so this
Yeah.
was like a nice bow, even if a lot of people have gripes with
yeah.
it. It
I think
is
I'm just mad that she died. Like, I just think I really liked her
Yeah.
character. Maybe I had a little crush, when I was back in the day.
probably.
I mean, why wouldn't I? I was like, no, but so all right, so we did all that good stuff. We got through the movie. Do you see it any differently now from the first time you saw it? Like, I know Tiara and I, we went back and we saw it in the theaters. Um, does it resonate any way different with you, now that you're older? And then Mike, of course, like you
I
said, like,
definitely have to be in a mood to watch it. Like, it's very dark for me
yeah,
as an adult, so I have to be in a particular mood. I don't just throw it on because, like, I wanna watch Star Wars. There's other movies that I put on instead of this one.
okay.
Not that I don't like it, like, it is in
Uh,
my, top
Mhm.
list, but it's
it's
pretty dark for me.
Yes, I would agree with that completely because this movie is over. You're kind of like, huh. Like I know
Yeah.
Yeah.
we have the original trilogy coming, but this is a pretty tough ending in a film. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mike, what about you? So, like, I don't know if you can remember. I don't think you had kids yet when it came out in 2005,
Yeah, I
right?
did.
You
Yeah.
did?
My
Okay.
son was born in
Oh yeah, I guess
2005.
you would
So
have. I
yep.
Aw.
forget about how
I,
your
yep.
kids
My
are good.
daughters.
We're
Yep.
almost 50 though, so that makes sense.
Mhm. I had little daughters, and then my son was born in
All right.
2005.
Aw.
So
So
shortly
you're
after this came out.
probably not changed a lot in some of your viewpoints though, because you've had those
No.
experiences,
Mm.
both
Yeah.
sides of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've certainly changed. You know, this whole rewatch is completely rewatch. Like, so next week we're planning on doing a ranking of the core Star Wars movies. The Skywalker saga, right? So before we started this, it was set in my head. I knew exactly where these movies all fell, and now just over the time and talking with people like Tiara and getting different points of view on these movies and whatnot, and rewatching them with different eyes. Like this was my number one of the prequels. Now it's still one of my more favorite, but I don't know. Like that, it's all blown up. Like I don't know. I really have to think over
Mike's
this next
life will
week
never be the
how I'm
same.
going to rank these things. Like I know what my number one is.
Don't
After
tell
that, I
us.
don't know.
All right. Well, I'm
I know
curious
what
to
number.
see.
Yeah,
No,
it's all blown up, but
that's
yeah,
good though. That's what we want.
yeah,
Like we
it
Yeah.
want to
really
go back
is.
and like for years I would not watch Attack of the Clones,
Yeah,
Oh my
and then
gosh.
like
I
I'm like I was kind of blown away
yeah,
by all the
Mhm.
good stuff that I saw in it when I wasn't being a beep about it.
hmm
Right?
yeah,
Everyone just needs to chill, listen to fun, and it's not just our podcast. It's listening to Force Center and listening to Star Wars Sessions, and and everybody else. Like you listen to these really good positive podcasts, and they don't love everything. We don't love everything, but like I told Hank, it's much more fun and enjoyable to find the things that you love about it
hmm
instead of harping on the things because nothing's ever going to be perfect. But you can
yeah,
find a lot of good in these movies, and I have
hmm
enjoyed this rewatch.
yeah,
Um,
for
it's kind of
sure.
funny. We're watching, like I said before, we're watching Revenge of the Sith. I'm like, man, I feel like I just watched this. I could have forgot that it had come out. Probably during school, like in May or something
It
like
had
that.
to be in the
Yeah.
spring, I think.
So,
Yeah,
but like when
yeah,
Attack of the Clones comes out, re-release for whatever anniversary, I'll probably go see it.
yeah.
Now I
You
wouldn't
know,
probably beforehand, but now I'll be like, yeah, I'll
yeah,
go see it.
hmm
So,
yeah. I'm 100% with you.
all
When
right.
that anniversary would come around, I wouldn't even been like whatever. But now that we just watched it last week, I'm like, there are some epic moments. I do want to go see that in the theater. And
Nice.
you know what? August 8th, I know you'll be busy, but August, and you're not around here, but August 8th, State Theater, State College, they are showing Solo.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah. 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 So
mm,
I have got
so
to
good.
make sure that force
So
myself
good.
to go do something fun. Go see Solo
Yeah,
in the
go
theater.
over for dinner or something and then go see
Yeah.
that with the wife or something. That'd be a fun little date night.
Yeah.
All right, final thoughts on Revenge of the Sith and the prequels. Tiara, you got any diamonds in there? If you're gonna change our lives with your takes, because you have been really positive impact on Mike and I with
Oh,
your views and things like that. And that's what we love having you on. You know, and then we had Jessica and Sid that one night when they were talking to us about some stuff. And you know, it's for men our age, it's hard for us to change, but like it's really impactful when we hear from different people, and I like that. So, do you have anything else you want to say about the prequels or this movie before we sign off?
I mean, I know that the prequels are a tragedy altogether, but I feel like there are a lot of hopeful moments in there, and Padme was definitely like a pretty great role model for young girls, and so I'm just had that was big iconic moments, like the little ship I have in my background, like those are core memories for me and brought me a lot of imagination and curiosity, just given like how big or how grand the effects were for me as a kid to see all that. So it was, yeah, inspirational in a way for kids, at least my age.
Very cool. I love hearing that. Like, because they always say like, "Oh, Star Wars is for kids," but I haven't been a kid in a long time, so I mean, I'm glad you can hold on to those memories. I mean, I remember what I was like with the original trilogy and stuff, but it's kind of fun to see it through someone else's eyes. Mike, any final?
Well, I know this isn't what you'd expect to hear on a Star Wars podcast, but Star Wars is awesome. Like,
What? News alert! Somebody tell
Crazy.
somebody quick! Breaking news here at Explore the Force. You heard it here first, people. Star Wars is awesome.
awesome. No, this really has been great. Like, just going back and it's like we've said 100 times now, just with fresh eyes and open yourself up to new perspectives. And there's so much that you can get out of these movies. And it's, it can just be escapism, fun watch, or you can really go for the depth in it. You could take the messages, there's so many levels, so much to take from it. And like you said, like why be negative? Why force yourself to be pouty and broody? Just enjoy it. Find something fun in it and just enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure.
Star Wars is awesome.
Yeah. And I think, a lot of it has to do with like Tiara, like you said, like the mindset you need to be in to watch these movies and things like that. For me, I'm in a different place in my life. I'm in a much better place. So these movies, I find more joy in them. I find more joy in everything, really, when you're not, in a bad place mentally or whatever. So, but yeah, I've really enjoyed this rewatch. I'm still can't believe how much Attack of the Clones has like changed for me. I'm not sure how. Like again, I'm going to have a difficult time as well. Steve-O says Star Wars is my happy place. Amen, Steve. Amen. And you heard it here first. Star Wars is awesome. And so you don't get that anywhere else. Anywhere else. All right. Hello, Legends. Twinkle Boogie Gaming. What's up?
All
Thanks
right.
for joining us. So, but yeah. So Tiara, I want to say thank you for coming back on here. We love having you on. We love your takes. I can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
A week, right? Well, over a week, but we'll be there.
Yeah. Week
Can't
and a half.
wait to see the Shmi cosplay. Can't wait to see your panel. Gonna be
My
the guy
Trilla cosplay is
in the
gonna be upgraded. It's gonna be so cool.
gonna be up front yelling. Woo!
Oh my god.
Have a big head.
My PowerPoint is gonna kill. I know that it will. At least the effects.
There we go. Did you use Canva? What'd you use?
Yeah, I use Canva.
Yes. Oh man. There's Jack. Says Tiara, you are a legend.
Thank you, Jack.
Says thanks so much. We want panel photos. Yes, I'm taking tons. I'll be, like I said, front row.
Are you gonna have my face like on a poster or whatever? Yeah.
Everyone's gonna be screaming from behind. Put that damn sign down. So, but yeah, I'm real excited for you. I know I know you're probably nervous, but you're gonna do great.
Thank you.
Let's go get the big head signs support. Toy Bills, are you coming to RSC?
He might.
Yes.
We'll see.
How often would that?
Yes,
how awesome would that be if there's like 20 Tiara head signs out in the crowd?
That would be sweet. So,
I'd be
somebody's
so
got to make that
embarrassed.
happen. Someone has to make that happen.
I got to figure that out.
I wouldn't be able to concentrate. It'd be so weird looking at my face. Like 20 of them.
So, all right. Well, anyways, so again, thank you, Tiara, for coming on this journey with us. It's been a blast. Can't wait to have you back on. Can't wait to see you. Mike, stay.
Tomorrow night. Are we live tomorrow night or is that?
Yes, we will. Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up.
Mm-hmm.
The fellas from Rebel ScumCon and us, we're going to go live.
Yay.
Yay. Jack has a little bit of advice there. He says, just imagine a droid singing a song.
It's my happy place,
There
Jack.
you
I
go.
love
There you go.
it.
Oh, Tony Bill's Toy Bill said I'll donate to the Big Head
He's
Nice.
Fund.
out to get me for
Yes, let's
Make it
real.
happen.
go.
Make it happen.
Yeah, thank God Mike is on the ball. Yeah. Toy Bill, I will I'll find you and we'll talk. This will be fun. All right. Yeah. So tomorrow, I think the same time, 7 p.m. Central Standard, 8 p.m. on that East Coast thing. If you're laying around the beautiful beaches of Ohio, just throw up your phone on live. And we're going to have the guys from Rebel ScumCon. We're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk Mike into going to his first con. I think that's the idea behind this. Why
Yes.
Rebel ScumCon? And if you need, if you need a warm up, go check out our Instagram because there's a funny video on there.
Yeah, great commercial.
So yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Jack says, great
Yes.
stream, legends. Don't forget to subscribe. We're almost at 900 subs and 9K on the IG. Yeah. So
Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate you. So again, thanks everybody for chiming in. We love having you guys in the chat. I can't wait to meet you, Toy Bills. We'll talk about those Tiara heads. That's gonna be awesome. And see you guys tomorrow night.
Yeah, buddy.
Have spoken. Good night,
See ya.
everyone.